The Full Plume Co-op is essentially going to serve as a network for public land hunters and private land hunters alike. It'll essentially be an affiliation and a group of guys that will be able to drop lines to one another when there's a draw hunt that they need an ATV for, or a spot that they need a boat to get to, or a spot that they don't quite know yet and somebody else does. They can drop a line to other members in the co-op and hopefully find somebody that can help them in that situation. So there's never going to be a wasted draw or an opportunity that's missed because of lack of resources again. So that's essentially what we're setting it up to do. I essentially see the co-op acting as a sort of surrogate friend group for a lot of guys. It's so hard to meet people in person nowadays. This will sort of expedite that process and put you in contact with guys that you know have shared values and that share the same sort of interests and passions as you do, and that are also trustworthy folks that have been vetted, and you know they're not going to steal your spots or anything like that. We've set up a whole system of rules to make sure that everybody's acting honorably and doing what they're supposed to be. And if they're not, then they'll be removed from the co-op, and they'll lose all their benefits of that. Down the road, I see the co-op hopefully having chapters in every state where guys can get together and hunt and maximize their hunting opportunities on increasingly challenging public lands. And then obviously it'd be awesome to get those chapters exchanging hunts. So say a guy from Arkansas wants to go down and hunt South Louisiana, he can contact his Full Plume chapter in South Louisiana. Those guys can make a trade for hunts, and that way we can sort of get around the price barrier for a lot of the hunting industry nowadays, and guys can expand their horizons and knock off some of those bucket list hunts without having to save for 3 years to do it. It's really exciting. I'm looking forward to it, and it's been really cool to work together with a lot of the brands that we've brought on board as sponsors as well. I know we've got Falling Tide, obviously, but we've also got brands like G&H Decoys, A-Bear's Custom Decoy Rigs, slew of other folks. We've got Big Whitetail Dreams, Tree Straps. We've got Dirty Duck Coffee. And I'm not mentioning everybody, but there's an exciting package of companies we've put together to offer our members exclusive discounts through the co-op that they're not going to be able to get anywhere else. It's going to be a really neat way for people to sort of return to the camaraderie that used to make the sport so special. It's vital that we have that, because it's what has made our sport what it is, and we've gotten away from it to a large extent, and it's hurt our sport on the whole. And if you see these videos of guys like running over each other at ramps and stuff, I mean, it's scary. I mean, but you should never put yourself at risk, your life at risk, to go on a duck hunt. And so by setting up this affiliation of guys in this group, we can sort of tear down a little bit of that competition, and by putting everybody back in contact and sort of grouping everybody back up, we can return some of that friendship and camaraderie to the sport that is so important and that we all grew up knowing and love so much.